Well, guess what? We're back to a 30, 60, 90 triangle. So, of course, start by drawing the reference triangle, which is what I'm going to do right here. Put my 30 here, my 60 here, my 90 here. I always remember for the 30, 60, 90, I always remember that the hypotenuse is 2. And then I know the other two numbers are 3 and 1, but I remember that this one is the square root of 3 always goes on the same side as the 30-degree angle. And then the other one is I'm left with is 1. Okay, you can use whatever memory device you want to help you remember what the reference triangle's measurements are, but there you have it. All right, now I'm going to draw the actual triangle that we've been given. And we'll just sketch it right here. It says that the hypotenuse is 2r, all right? What are the lengths of the other two legs? Well, we just have to set up a proportion. Shouldn't be that hard. It's just that the algebra is a little bit ugly, okay? So this is, I'm going to give the actual, the legs that we're looking for actual values. I'm going to call the short one, let's call this one, let me make sure I'm doing it the same way I did it earlier here. So I'm going to call this one X, and I'm going to call this one Y. All right, so here we go. We can say 2R is to 2, right? Ooh, I should be consistent with the way I make my 2's, right? Okay, so hypotenuse of the actual triangle to the hypotenuse of the reference triangle is equal to X over 1. See, I'm taking the X here over 1. All right, so now I cross multiply. I've got, remember, I'm solving for X. Don't be confused about what you're solving for because it told us to find the lengths of the other two legs. So I'm trying to find X and Y. So that's what we're going to have to isolate. So we cross multiply. We have 2R is equal to 2X. Well, divide both sides by 2 here because we're looking to try to get X by itself. These cancel. Well, what do you know? This cancels as well. And it looks as if, based on this information, that X is equal to R. Okay, well, no big deal. So one of our legs is R. All right, now the other leg is, I don't know if you've watched the other video, but if you watched the other video, I had pointed something out to you. I don't remember which video it was, but I pointed something out to you to know that if you have the short leg times the long leg is equal to the square root of, let me rephrase that. The short leg times the square root of 3 gives you the long leg. Let me just rewrite that. The short leg times the square root of 3 will give you the long leg, right? Because this is an understood 1. 1 times the square root of 3 gives you the square root of 3. So let's just use that. We could set it up with a proportion if you'd rather. Might be a little bit faster to say the short leg, R, times the square root of 3. So we have the square root of 3, R. Be careful that the R does not go under the radical, but remember the R has to go behind the square root of 3 because anytime we write variables, we have to have the numerical part first and then the variable behind it. So here is our answer for number 29.